Namaste, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you're all safe and healthy. So, eat fresh fruits and vegetables. Don't go out unnecessarily. Take care of your health, children. Before starting our class, let's begin our class with a small quote. What you do today can improve all your tomorrows. So, children, whatever you do, little things, you just do it by today itself. Okay, never postpone anything. If you do it today, it will give you better output tomorrow. You can see a big difference tomorrow. So, whatever you do it today itself.
Now we are going to do one activity. So here we have a collection of objects. Can you name them? What are the objects here? Circle, rectangle, triangle, square and polygon. So we have different types of objects here. Can you name? Can you say how many triangles are there? Yes, very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 triangles are there. How many circles are there? 1, 2, 3. Then what is the difference between the star and the triangle? Then what you need to do? You need to count the number of stars and the number of triangle and then you need to subtract. Then if I ask you to find the ratio between star and the circle means you need to do the same. Now I am asking what is the total number of the objects here? Can anyone count and say? So you need to add all the objects, so that is then we get the total. So this sort of collecting the information and gathering all together is called as statistics. So our topic today is statistics. So let us see the definition. Statistics deals with the collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation of numerical data. So there we have the collection of the objects and I have presented it. Then we have analyzed each and every object. We have analyzed that how many numbers are there. Like that we have analyzed and interpretation of numerical data. So I have explained in the number form. So that we call it as statistics. Statistics in real life. So in everyday life, we are dealing with statistics only. So now at present, we are facing the COVID-19 pandemic. So whenever you switch on the TV, the news we heard is Corona. So every day the virus gets increases and people are affected by this. So they are showing a graph in a television, right? So by comparing yesterday, day before yesterday, 1 month before, so just they are showing the statistics. So this is also one form of the statistics. Then census of the people. So every year the population increases. Already we have crossed 120 crores in our country. So every year we take a survey of people. How many males are there? How many females are there? So these are also one kind of statistics. So all these give some information and then they are arriving a solution. So here a farmer eats some crop in his land. So he also deals with the statistics. Last year maybe he could have eat more crops, but this year he could have not eat when comparing to the last year. So in everyday life we are all dealing with the statistics. Necessity of collecting data. So what is the necessity of collecting these information? So I am explaining it with the example. So consider our school. First is to obtain information. So in our school we are gathering your information. We are collecting your information like your name, your date of birth, your Aadhaar number, your contact number and residential address, right? So we are all obtaining that information then to keep on record. So we are maintaining a record, right? Then to store and analyze the data. So we are storing either in the computer or in a file, and then we are analyzing. So we are splitting up each and every person and we are analyzing it. So this person belongs with this address, this Aadhaar number, so this date of birth, like that we are analyzing. So finally we are making decisions and we are passing on to the information. If suppose if any information is needed or whether we need to convey anything to you means we are able to do this easily. So this is the purpose of collecting data. Data. So what is data? The numerical information or facts collected are known as data. In simple, the data means information. The information in the form of numbers. So that we call it as data. Examples, number of people living in your street, collecting the data of the birth months of your classmates, number of different types of houses in the village. So all these gives you some data. Collection of data. So what is mean by collection of data? So can you look at this? So here the names of the students is given and the fruits liked by them. So here also we will consider one situation. In our school we are celebrating a thematic day, right? So our thematic day is fruits. So we are asking you people to bring fruits of your wish. So I have considered the student's name and the fruits preferred by them. So Raja likes banana, Preeti likes apple, Amul likes guava. So likewise the list goes on. So this is called as collection of data. Next one is types of data. So two types of data is there, primary data, secondary data. Primary data. So primary data is, it is directly collected by the person. For example, so see here I am having different types of leaves. So see this leaf and see this one and see this leaf and see this one. So all are all different types of leaves. So I just collected this directly. So this is called as primary data. Okay. So the data which is obtained directly is called primary data. It is collected in person. So in other words we can say that primary data is a raw data. It is obtained from the original source, that is directly. For example, the types of plants collected by the students for project. So just now I have shown the different types of leaves. So directly we are getting the leaves. So it is an example for that. Then the number of boys and girls in a class. So directly we are just counting the number of boys and girls in the class. So that's why we can say it as primary data. The next one is secondary data. So secondary data is collecting information which has been done already. So the example is newspaper. The information has been collected by the someone in by yesterday or day before yesterday or previous day. So like that. So this sort of information we call it as secondary information. For example, the world news. So we don't know what's happening there. So the world news and all is a secondary data. So see the sports news. So which they give the information about this and all comes under secondary data. Secondary data is a second-hand information which has already been collected by someone. So someone has already collected the information for their purpose. So that we call it as secondary data. Example, cricket scores gathered from a website, list of contact numbers from telephone directory. Organizing data. The collected data are to be arranged in certain order or logically. So what we need to do, the collected data should be arranged in certain order, either in the ascending order or in some order. So that we call it as organizing data. So why to organize like this? Because so the information can be looked up fast whenever needed. So if I need the information, for example, if I need one particular student's contact number means, if I am arranged in an alphabetical order so that I can easily find out that student name and the address and the respective details easily. then it is easy and efficient way. So it is a good way to organize the data. Tally marks. So the standard form of representing data is obtained by using tally marks. So what is meant by tally marks? So we have seen that the fruits liked by the students. So in the same way, one example is here, the sweets liked by the students. So you see here, the kesari is liked by 3 students. So I have represented in the vertical lines. So the occurrence of each information is marked by a vertical line. So this one vertical line represents one information, that is one person like this. So here I have 3 vertical lines. So 3 persons like this. So this occurrence is called as frequency. How many people like that sweet? So that is called as frequency. Next is gulab jamun, laddu, cake. So all the things like the same. So what this line represents? So after you draw 4 lines, the 5th line should be drawn like this. It should start from right to left, a cross on the other lines. So this represents 5. Why we are doing like this? So that we can add the tally marks easily. Okay, so I can add it easily. 5, 5. So 5 plus 5 is 10 plus 1 is 11. So that's why we are using the tally marks. Is that clear, students? I hope you all understand the concept very well. So that's all. Our today's session is over. The remaining we'll see in the next class. Thank you, my dear children.